Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it is BOLO Day. We go through a lot of sales highlights and tell you what sold and why it sold. And take it away, Mr. Magazine.
All right, here we got a Shane Conlon, Penn State Nittany Lions autographed jersey with COA.
He had some big arms, Shane Conlon.
He sure did. Not as big as Bruce Smith, though.
That is true.
So it was $90 on sale for $70. I had it for sale for 2.5 years almost.
Oh, wow.
Someone offered $50. I don't care what it's worth or not worth. I sold it for $50. And it's a shame because if you like Penn State or you like the Bills or you like Shane Conlon, you could actually wear that around for $50.
What is DACOA?
Oh, that's a good. It must be a company.
Is it? Okay.
Right here, maybe. Yep, DA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the old district attorney. You know what I'm talking about.
Right. And what did that jersey cost new?
I mean, they have to
$50
charge $50
yeah.
minimum. If it's printed on $50 minimum, if they're
Right.
sewn on $75 to $100.
Right.
Crazy. All right. Next up, 1982 Topps Baseball Wax Packs Box, 36 packs, unsearched, and this went for $510.
Two bits.
A
Nice.
good friend of mine, I call him the Heckler. A friend of his, he used to be in partners with. They owned a card shop 30-something years ago. He had overstock of rare old wax from the 80s unopened, and he gave me a pretty good deal to make some money, and I'm making some money on it.
Nice.
A lot more where that came from. So
Nice.
next up, if you see loose figures and the wrestlers, you never know what you're going to have.
Oh.
This is a Rikishi WWF WWE Elite Series 27. Luckily, my employee knows how to find these and see what they're selling for. I know it's Elite because Elite has the little lines here where they're abs and they can move their midsection. That's you only get that with the Elites. But again, it's Rikishi at $44. Can't argue with that.
What year is that roughly?
Oh, man.
90s?
10 15 years ago, maybe.
15,
I'm going to
okay,
guess.
early 2000s,
maybe 20 years ago. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Mid-2000s.
But,
okay.
I had a tub of wrestlers. I was stockpiling them. I go, you know what? Don't lot them out because they're not going to go for much, but list them individual. And we had some, 20, 30, $40. So can't argue with that.
Nice.
Next up, it's lacrosse season. I
wow.
sold a few lacrosse magazines. This is Boys Life, March 62. I had a girls lacrosse magazine. Sold that one as well. $15 a piece. Can't argue with that. Not in the best shape, but they're sold and they're out of here.
Well, and this is one of those things we've mentioned before in a video long time ago. Do check it out. About how know what's around your area. Lacrosse is a northeastern thing. You will occasionally find lacrosse things. In fact, there have been professional lacrosse leagues and all that kind of stuff. Up here, you will occasionally find things like that. So up here, you're buying lacrosse. Now, if I wanted to get into and buy a lot of stuff from the lowrider culture, not going to find much of it up here.
That's true.
But if you're out in California, San Diego area, stock up on that stuff. Because, again, lacrosse stuff is around up here, not necessarily elsewhere very much.
Right.
We buy it up here. We can sell it to other people, and they can sell the lowrider culture stuff.
True, yeah. All right, next up, Pottery Barn Teen
Wow.
Early Spring 2011 catalog. Now,
Wow.
it took 5 years to sell. You don't think much of it. I probably paid next to nothing.
Probably free,
But,
something
yeah,
like that.
I got $13 for it. I think I bought a ton of catalogs of this nature, like quarter, 50 cents.
I have
whatever.
never seen that.
And we never list them, but again, it did sell.
You sure it's Pottery Barn and not peanut butter?
I don't know. I'm going to say Pottery Barn, but hey,
Ooh.
you list your way.
Well, you know what I might have done if it were Pottery Barn? I might have spelled pottery right.
Oh, Pottery Barn. Yeah, true. Maybe that's why it took 5.5 years to sell. Yeah,
I'll list it my way. You list it yours.
Yeah.
Go ahead, next.
Yeah. Well, I got someone that likes to give me these for free.
Soccer.
For years, I'm getting these free Economist magazines.
Soccer.
And they keep selling. It's just free money. Who wouldn't want free money? It only went for $9, but guess what? It's free money. And this person's going out of their way to transport it from their house to my shop, hide it somewhere in my shop, so then I can find it and list it and make money. I don't understand it, but I'm not going to argue with them.
It's a weird business plan they have.
I wonder whose
Very
name's
weird.
on it. That name looks very familiar down there.
It's a very weird plan they have.
Next up, 1985 Topps USFL Football Complete Set, 1 through 132, Flutie, Kelly, White, Young. This is the second year they did it. I held out and got $130. I had people offering me $50, $75, $80. I said, I know what these sets
That's $1 a card.
Yeah, I go, I know these cards sell. Breakup value right there is probably $200 just for those 5 cards.
Yeah.
I broke them up. So I held out, got the 130, and you should too.
Okay.
And you're up.
When I go into my collection, I will. Up next, Cunard Ocean Bulletin, May 5th, 1963, Alabama race riots. $40 on this. Did take 4 years to sell. Here's my thinking behind this. This was given out on the ship. So it was the news of the
guess
day.
where they ended up? Threw it right off the ship.
Everybody except one person who brought it home, and it ended up, I sold it.
They probably owned a bird, and they had a bird cage, and they put that in there, and then they had to bring the bird cage home, and that's how it got home.
Very well may have been. How rare is this, really, when you think about it?
Super rare. Yeah.
Super rare.
You could say, prove there's another one in existence, and if
They
there
may not
is,
be
good
able
luck
to do
finding
so.
the person that doesn't even know they have it.
Yep, exactly. That's why when you do see these, a lot of the different places did them. A lot of the different cruise ships did them, and they'll tell you the news. I've had them before where they talk about the World Series, things like that as well.
Yeah.
I put high prices on them because absolutely they're rare. People who collect ship things would want them. People that collect the news stories would want them. They're rare. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
I know my employees want to do a good listing like this, but it did say RMS Queen Mary. Would that be important to say instead of something else or no?
Yeah, probably. Well,
Because some of the ship people collect Queen Mary or RMS or I don't know.
right. I did note it down here.
Okay, cool. Yeah, all right.
But yeah, no, you're right. Could have put that up there.
It's a lot of words too, though.
Is that an awesome cover or what?
It's a very cool cover.
Pheasant Fanciers, Game Breeders, Aviculturalists Gazette, March 1954. I thought it was a really neat cover, definitely a very, very colorful cover, and I ended up getting $32 out of it. I wanted 38. Person made me an offer of like 10. I countered at 32. Didn't hear from them for a month. They countered back, or they came back at the 32 that I originally offered, and I said, yeah, that's fine. It goes to show you hold out for your price sometimes.
But again, where are you going to find another one? I mean, is there even another issue, a different issue of this title somewhere?
Available somewhere?
Yeah,
Probably
I don't
not.
even think there is.
Probably not. Yep, absolutely. Up next, the Soundbox magazine, March 2011. Thomas Edison Rudolph Valentino, who is always a keyword, and Peter Weber. Have you ever had this magazine, Mr. Magazine?
I don't believe so.
Do you recall when I bought out the estate sale? This was at the back end of the estate sale when I gave him $400. This was the back end of it.
Yeah.
I never would have bought this, never would have listed it. I walked right by it, didn't care. Because I got it all as part of a lot, I said, well, I got to do something with it. I listed it.
Yeah.
This is the second issue that I've sold of that title.
It's not that old either.
No, not at all, 2011. And it's an obscure title that, again, much as we were just talking about the prior one, how many of them are for sale?
Peter Weber sounds familiar. Who's Peter Weber?
Just a name that I filled in. Nobody that I knew.
Dick Weber was a bowler, and his son was a bowler.
There you go. I don't think it's
I
him,
don't
though.
think
Yeah,
it's-
this is
no.
all music stuff. But Rudolph Valentino, I think, is probably what sold that.
Yeah.
Up next, have you ever had the Lionel magazine?
I would think I have, but don't quote me.
$44.
It's pretty good. 1933. Yeah, that's
November
that's an oldie.
1933 Model Railroad. This title surprised me. They all sell for $25 on up for the old stuff. I had no idea whatsoever it would go for something or other like that.
Wow.
I think I paid $1 for it or something like that at a sale, put it with some other stuff. Good title to look for. Do keep your eyes open. You're not going to find a lot of them, but when you do find them, this title does sell. Up next, this also came from that estate sale. RCA Victor Bluebird Popular Records brochure, November 1939. Glenn Miller. Got $15 out of it. Literally all it was what the releases of the records were that month. But people like it because of whoever's on the cover, or they're using it for reference, whatever the case happens to be.
Cool.
I've had a number of these in the past as well, and they always sell for $15 on up. So you can find them out there, and now you know what they go for. Up next, definitely a cool item. Cedar Point on Lake Erie, Sandusky, Ohio, 1930s travel broshure, Breakers Hotel. $26 at auction. I think I listed it at $24. It went for $26.
There wasn't an amusement park at that time, or was it? Doesn't look like it.
I don't think
like
that.
like a resort area or something.
Yeah, I don't think it was. Yep, I think it was the Breakers Hotel, probably next to.
Yeah.
Type deal. But yeah, $26 out of that. Cedar Point stuff always sells. I don't even know how I got it, where I got it from. I think I don't know, somewhere, obviously. But yeah, neat thing right there. These are called ad heralds, and you'll find them out there from time to time. They're really cheaply made, and they were given out to have you come to the movie theater. It was showing all of the movies that we're going to be showing. What you'll always want to do on them is you'll want to take a look and find whatever keywords you think will sell. Ken Maynard, Charlie Chan, etc. You can generally date them as well. If you start doing searches on the movies to get an idea when they came out.
Right.
And this is something that your employees, and I mean no disrespect to them, it's not worth their time to do.
Right.
So what I would have done in a case like this, a little take you behind the curtain, I would have searched Times Square's lady. And it would have come out in 34, 35, 36, somewhere around there.
Yep.
Then I would have done a search on Charlie Chan at the Circus and the others. Okay, they're all coming out in 35, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Then what I would have done is I would have brought up a 1935 calendar and checked on June 14th. And I know that's supposed to be a Sunday. Okay. And if it's a Sunday in 35, oh, it's not. Oh, look, it's a Sunday in 36. Well, obviously it's going to be a 1936 at that point.
That's a lot of work.
A lot of work, but then I could date it down to 1936.
Do you think that makes a difference than just saying 1930s? I mean, I'm just saying because it would save your time and it probably would still sell.
Probably, but I just like to show off once in a while.
Yeah, I guess so.
And the final item that I sold this week was something that nobody wanted to give me $3 on Whatnot for. I picked this up at the end of that estate sale, and I said, I'm going to give people a good deal.
At the end of a year, you're going to have made $1,000.
Not on Whatnot.
Yeah, not on
$1,000 not on Whatnot. Not. Journal of the Audio Engineering Society, October 19th, and it sold right away. In fact, it sold at auction in 7 days. Basically, I offered it at Whatnot for $3. Nobody wanted it. I took it the next morning, put it on eBay. It sold in 7 days for $28 plus shipping.
If there's any bright spot in eBay, it's selling stuff like this.
Yes, absolutely. Even when I was doing the auction, I said, this is rare. There aren't a lot of these out there.
Right.
And I got crickets back over on Whatnot. Crazy. So I am trying to give you guys money. Trying. But you guys just want me to keep making money. So
crazy.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. I'd also be happy if you hit the like button. And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.